What is up, my people? Welcome back to the channel for another edition of Singles of the Week, a segment where I like to review some of the newest singles that have dropped this past weekend. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell as well to always keep notified of my newest content. Let's get down to these new singles. Do not forget to check them out for yourselves. They are all linked in the description down below. Let's get to it. Okay, we are going to kick this off with an artist I am not familiar with. The name goes by Corpse, but there is a band company in Corpse that I do know, and then one I am highly familiar with, and it is Bring Me the Horizon on the track Code Mistake. And this track is absolutely a mistake. It sucks so bad, dude. Like, it is so it's like this terrible metalcore and hip-hop mashup. It is worse than that last Kid Rock album. It's garbage. Like, and the thing is that Bring Me the Horizon doesn't really help here either. It's just, the song aesthetically is just absolutely terrifyingly awful. It doesn't even work, and Corpse is just no. It's pretty much like that Sueco stuff. I'm not a fan of Sueco, but this time it's like metal and it's just super cringe. I'm not playing this ever again. All right, and then we got this new Conway the Machine. He's also teamed up with fellow Griselda member Benny the Butcher on the track LALO, and it is featuring 38 Spesh. You already know Conway and Benny are gonna do their thing on here, and they do. They deliver with some authentic Griselda action right here, ladies and gentlemen. Compared to their normal stuff, it's pretty casual. I'd say it's not seeing them go all out, go crazy, throwing out their heaviest and hard-hitting bars that they write in their past material. You know, they still got like that smoky noir style jazz sample in the background that's really going about. It still sounds nice, and it's evenly paced throughout the delivery, but there's not like a huge focus on like a catchy hook or anything. It's nowhere near like a pop track, so don't expect that. And it's just really just like some old school shit, normal type shit, some exercising your hip-hop skills, your rap skills type shit. Overall, it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. And then we got this hot track from Becky G and Gabito, Ballesteros, and it's called Nena, continuing to embrace her Mexican roots with some banda music. And listen, bro, I don't think I've ever heard a Gabito Ballesteros, but he sounds like a fucking G on this thing. He is pulling some impressions on me, some really good ones, really good ones, and it's sounding legit as fuck. These don't really sound like pop reggaeton artists at all. Like, when it comes to making banda music, it sounds like this was fucking made for them. It's coming from the heart, the soul. It's home, baby. It is some good gas right here. Oh, dude, we're just gonna go back to back with bangers. How about this Gus Dapperton with Homebody? This is a banger alert. Hit the fucking siren on there. Blah, 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 blah. Holy goodness gracious, does this thing slap, my G. The moment you hear those harmonies on the way up, whoo, that shit goes crazy, my guy. Bro, I'm telling you, this is quality, top-notch, top-shelf type shit right here when it comes to indie pop music. I think this is the biggest hit yet from Gus Dapperton. This is definitely my personal favorite. I'd be shocked if other people didn't enjoy this song that was a fan of Gus. Not to mention, I'd be shocked if this track doesn't not reach his on the top of his chart for at least Spotify by next week. It's incredible dance pop that's so infectious. The rhythms are unreal. The singing is through the roof. Just such a low-key track that I feel like won't get that much recognition, mainstream recognition, but like, it's got the energy to it, man. I am loving this one. All right, then we got another one from down-tempo electronic artists Nora and Pure on Sherwood Forest. This is like another smooth, like down-tempo, as I mentioned, track from Nora. It has more of a center focus on the lows this time. Nothing really just overshadowing that, and with any trebles or leads, not that much. It's still showering some of that white noise to really add some of the ambience that adds that more like rainforest nature kind of effect, I guess. But yeah, this is a subtle one from Nora. I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's that flashy. It's okay. And then we're gonna look at this new Lil Uzi track, just get a little sneak peek of his new record. And the track I'm gonna be talking about right now is called Fire Alarm. The intro on Fire Alarm absolutely destroyed my eardrum. It is horrid. It's so goddamn loud. It's awful. I barely had my headphones turned up past halfway, and it's burning. It's like, you know, it's leading into a good direction of like bringing in like the rage that a lot of these rappers like to really bring in, but I'm just so done with it early on. Everything is just ruined. It's such an annoying song. It sucks. All right, and then how about this new Shakira with Manuel, Turizo on Copa, Vacía? I think this one's fine. Shakira sounds pretty good on the entire thing. I found it very refreshing when Manuel came into the verse. It actually like sounded very bold and intro. You know, it's almost almost like powered through its rhythmics. It's pretty much just powered through that for the most part. There's not really anything captivating and much in the melodies and the chord progression. They're actually kind of buried very deep in here. It's mainly just the drums and Shakira and Manuel taking over the entire song, which is, it can be very distracting, and that's something that you can't notice. It is something I'm kind of paying attention to, so it's gonna affect the overall sound quality. To me, overall, I do think this is okay though. All right, and then Charli XCX dropped a new track for the new Barbie movie. It is called Speed Drive, and this is gonna be, in my opinion, the first dud onto that Barbie movie record. That's very sad for me to admit, due to my love for Charli XCX. I'm a huge fan of Charli. She makes some really, really good stuff, really great singer, really great performer, and she does not really sound like she's that present or alive in this compared to her past materials. Like, on top of that, the instrumental is just vanilla. It's plain, dude. There's nothing special about this instrumental at all. I did not like a single moment from this song selection wise. It was just presets and just boring and quick and easy and unfinished. It's just, I'm gonna have to toss this a red, man. I don't like this. And then we got Britpop legend Blur with the track St. Charles Square. I thought this was very, very good. It sounded like they're just young and fresh, like the old days back in the 90s. You know, they're bringing about like a lot of that grunge appeal on the bottom layers of their music, what they normally really do. And there's just a lot of cool things really going on to the background in this. I really thought this was overall very sick. I really like the whirling guitars on here that you can really notice that add a lot of texture and feeling and dynamic, screeching background noise that adds so much grittiness to it. The potent English essence of rock tones that just makes you feel like you're just hearing this shit from the 90s. And yeah, I'm with it. It's good. And then we got this really cool punk number from Sweeping Promises, and it's called Shadow Me. The bass sounds super clear, super thick, and just sounds super 3D on here. I really think it's just, it really caught my attention. I really do like it a lot. It has like that classic structure of punk music that still feels like it's authenticity back in the OG days, the way you would hear it even in the 70s and 80s, just with like very clean and vivid production. Overall, this thing is awesome. I really do think this song is pretty good, straightforward, great playing. You know, nothing crazy writing wise. It's very traditional, but it's got that anarchist feel, which is just, like I said, very traditional classic punk feeling music. If you like that, you will enjoy this. All right, and then we got this new one from bdrmm on the track Alps. They just dropped their newest record, I Don't Know. This is like a subtle dance progression that's almost psychedelic but mostly indie with some deep cuts of techno to it. It gets really messy at the midpoint. That it kind of does turn me off a little bit. It's very noticeable and I'm just very thrown off, and I don't know, I become more focused onto the production flaws at this point. This is just like, it just starts to clash a lot with each other. It just becomes very loud and overcompressed. It's a problem, dude. I like the idea, but yeah. All right, then Armin van Buuren dropped the track Motive, and yeah, this is just flat out boring. I snoozed all the way through. It's just bad. It's like some like bad Tiesto music. It's like a rip off of that, but like one of his bad songs. It's like you intended to make a bad Tiesto song. It's weird. Like, it's a highly generic house cut. I will not be playing this again. All right, and then another track I do not care to hear again is from this new Tory Lanez in Trippie Redd. It's called Hurts Me. This is just a very poor attempt at making some synth pop. It's just, they're not on the right track of progression or definition at all, in my opinion. I mean, you can argue that, sure, just because the production isn't terrible, but it's bleh. It's just bleh. And Trippie just sounds awkward on here. Tory has some good moments, but no thank you. All right, then how about this new ODESZA with the track Heavier featuring Yellow House? So, you know, I think this track is fine. I really do think this track is pretty decent early on. Like, there's like some very mellow ambient electronic music, like their classic stuff. And I do think when it comes to that aesthetic, it is pretty nice. It's pretty quaint. Yellow House isn't really blowing me away singing wise, for first impressions at least. I don't think I've ever heard Yellow House before this. I think the layering is pretty impressive though. That is one of the things and the qualities into the mix that I think is notably very exceptional. There's some very sick undertones, especially on the bridge, that really stand out to me. The outro is super sick. It's a great ending to the song. I love the way they just let the instrumental just play out in its own section in the chorus, like a chorus. It's so cool, you know, because of like the slow burning beginning. I just felt like it was just off pace, and the fiery ending, I feel like it kind of clashed with each other, so I'm just gonna give it the yellow, to be fair. All right, and then we got this very, very interesting track from Animal Collective called Defeat. It is a almost 22-minute long entire psych experimental progression with numerous phases that reflect on some aspects of different music genres, reality, nature, the cosmos. It's astonishing. It's astonishing where this song can really take you. It's 22 minutes, so that's a lot of time for one single track. And I just felt like the song was just picking at my brain and just finding new data to record while I'm outside of my body watching this occur, watching this procedure happen. And at the same time, it's like this giving me like this like numbing effect. There's so many things I just could feel like physically through this song that I feel like because of the adventure, it's like pulling me through. It feels like I'm entering some different type of dimension. It's super ridiculous to really just even think about. What are you saying, my guy? What are you saying, Dream? I don't know what I'm saying, but this shit is fucking crazy. I think the spectrum that shifts into it's like numerous occasions just inflict a certain amount of emotion during the listen. I felt was crafted just so excellently. It was such a pleasant listen. I felt like this was recorded in one take. It does feel like that. May have not been, but it does feel like it. And yeah, dude, this was just an amazing song. Best one on the list for sure. Oh, and then how about some new ska from Jeff Rosenstock on the track Doubt. It's bringing in some ska in your area, ladies and gentlemen. And I think this is a good one to check out if you're not into ska. Jeff is a pretty good singer, and he's pretty gnarly on here. Singing his little pretty heart out, and it reminds me of some like great moments when I was playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater. It sounds like something that I would hear off of that and just shred on that half pipe, baby. Yeah, and when it comes to just like the sound control overall, he's like really aware of when things are just sounding isolated and then just switches up in unison, but at the same time being mindful of anything that's clashing, being really mindful of what he's doing with the EQs and just when things that certain noises and the same thing, they're not clipping and they're just not overly distorted and just simply just being too loud. It's really, really good. Very mindful track. It's a very good mix. I am going to toss this to the fire. He put in a lot of work into this. All right, then how about this Jai Wolf track? It is called Tennis Skirt featuring Ella Bow. You know, I like the punch that this song brings. It's a little fun electro pop track. It's not particularly my kind of electronic music that I'm really into at the moment. It's pretty much just some like Lucia Child stuff, some Chainsmokers stuff, you know, some cheat code stuff, that kind of type of EDM. If you're really into that, I do think you will really like this song. Like, you probably will love it. But you know, it's not really what I'm that into. But because of how much better I think it is when it comes to that area of expertise, I'll be fair and I'll give it the yellow. And then, dude, we got this great return from the one and only Sampha on the track Spirit 2.0. Oh my god, dude, this song is so good. It's so good. Oh my god, this shit is delicious. It is exquisite. This this song is so good. It's outstanding. It's almost like, okay, so at first I was kind of getting this impression that this was like some kind of like breakbeat R&B fuse. It's not really like that. Now that I really think about it outside of the box, it's more so like an alternative R&B track with more smooth jazz into it, especially when you hear about that with the drums, especially that are very peaked later on to the track in the outro that leads you out to the very finish. It is really, really nice. And this is most likely going to lead to a new record, and I think this is a fantastic teaser to lead up with if this is going to be a teaser to a new record. It's going to be nearly 6 years since we get a new record, so I think we're due, man. But yeah, this is a marvel of a teaser. You gotta listen to it. And then we are gonna finish off with this week's Singles of the Week with a track that I chose to react to this week. It is a big one. It is the new upcoming first single for the upcoming record coming out on September 8th called Guts from Miss Olivia Rodrigo. And this track is called Vampire. Be sure to stick around at the very end of the video to go check out the reaction for yourself so you can get my full thoughts, my full breakdowns on the track. It is a goodie. You cannot miss that one. Right now, I will give you the official rating that I'm going to give the song based off my listen. And after that, go play the video. I'm going to give it the flames. And that is it for this week's Singles of the Week, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go to like, share, and comment down below. Do not forget to check out these songs for yourselves. I want to hear your opinions. They are all linked in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Deuces.